Welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, continuing on with these videos of what all these mysterious settings mean on the Noble nb4 and what you might use them for. So, this time we've got throttle forward and reverse rate. Now, this works pretty similar to your dual rates on your steering, but this time we're on throttle. So, if we look at the minute, we're on rate F, which is forward. And that's a linear movement from 0, stationary, up to 100%. Now, what you can do is bring this down. So, if you were on a track and for some reason you're hitting the end of the fastest straight too quick, or if you're out with a car, one of your RCs, and you want to borrow it to a friend, let them have a go, but they're a bit inexperienced and you've got a really fast RC and you want to back it down a bit, you can just go into throttle rate and just reduce this down, and then if you look, so that's now limited as to 57% throttle. You can bring it down as far as you like, and then no matter how much you hit the throttle, that's all you're going to get. Now, there's a few different uses for this. Like I said, one of the common ones I use it for is if I'm letting somebody else use the RC and they're pretty inexperienced. It's a lot easier for them, because if they hit the 100% throttle, they're not going to get 100% throttle and the car's going to go flying off at 50 mile an hour or more. There is lots of other uses for it. You can also go into the rate B. So it's an easy way of turning down your brake. So if we drop this down to, let's see if I can hit about 40%. So does depend on how your ESC works and how it interprets the throttle position, but when you hit the brake or reverse, you're now only getting 40%, or you can drop it down to 20%. 20% on this ESC won't even trigger reverse. So you will have to play around with it and see what settings work with your ESC. Like I said, this is just a really cheap one. So it looks like 30% will trigger it. And depending on your ESC, if it's a particularly cheap ESC, your brake might just be on off. But if it's a variable brake, depending on your position on your throttle control, you can change this endpoint down. So this dual rate or throttle rate, whatever you want to call it. But you can use that to limit the actual amount of braking. Now, a use for this, maybe you're spinning out when you're braking, or maybe you've got a monster truck style RC and you're flipping it over forward. Quickly drop that down to the point where it won't brake enough to throw you forward or throw the back end out. Yes, you're going to lose some braking performance, but you're not going to have to go running down field or track to get your car all the time or spin out on every corner. And again, you can reset it, and then we're straight back to where we were. Now, there is also something I'm going to cover in a later video, where you can basically assign the on-off function of this to a button. So you can literally have it assigned to one button on your controller, and you can just press it and you can jump between 100% or whatever the rate's set at. You can also assign it to a dial, and you can alter the rate it's set at while you're driving the RC. But I'm going to cover that in another video, because they get a bit long and complicated and nobody wants to watch long boring videos. But thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like this content, like and subscribe. And hopefully I'll catch you guys again in the next one.